What's up, squad? And welcome back to another Familiar Thoughts reaction, man. I appreciate all my familiar thinkers for tapping in with me today. And today we got Flacco. I already know I'm rocking with Flacco, man. Flacco be getting to it. All right. So today we got this NBA scandal, man. What is going on in the league with this betting? I don't know if everybody's been watching this opening season. Basketball has been amazing this year so far. The past 2 days has been amazing watching basketball. But we got to, and I mean got to, check out what is going on with this NBA betting scandal. So we're going to tap in with Flacco. Y'all going to tap in with me. And we're going to jump straight into it. And we're going to have some fun while we do it. Let's go.
Just hit. Some of our favorite NBA players just got arrested by the FBI.
All right, we've got some breaking news for you. Miami Heat point guard Terry Rozier and Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups have been arrested in connection to an FBI sports gambling investigation.
Crazy.
Next hour, we're expecting FBI Director Kash Patel to appear with the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of New York at a press conference announcing indictments surrounding those allegations. All right, CNN's Kara Scannell is joining us now with the latest. What are you learning about this? This just came in just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, these arrests just happened, and of course the Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups, the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, have been arrested. A third former NBA player is also charged. And what law enforcement officials tell us is that there are two separate schemes here. One involved a game rigging scheme. That's involved Terry Rozier, and he allegedly provided information about who was playing in games, who might be on the injury list, to some of the sports bettors that he was involved with, and he benefited himself financially.
When I first heard about this, Rico, this morning, the first thing that came to my mind was something I've been saying for years. And if you watch this channel, you know I've been saying this, man. And that's when it comes to certain niggas, some niggas, is never enough. Enough is never enough. A nigga will have 100 baddies, certified Instagram doms, and still try to plot you out your Idaho 6. That's just how they operate.
For real, though.
Igor would have $100 million and still try to finesse you out of eighth.
For real,
That's
though.
just a fact. Okay? All right? You pull up to the mansion, he got the Rolls Royce outside, Bugatti outside, and try to get the eighth delivered, and he will still try to short you another 5 just because. That's just how some Igors operate, bruh. Terry Rozier ain't no different. Terry Rozier is up $100 million. $100 million. And he's still illegally gambling for a couple $100,000. So apparently what Terry Rozier did, Terry Rozier was working with a group of guys. Apparently these were like mafiosos, mobsters, as well as some friends. He told them, hey, I'm going to leave this game early. Take the under. They all gambled on Terry Rozier's under, and they made a lot of money. They made so much money, they personally delivered $200,000 to Terry Rozier, and they counted it that night at his home.
What?
First, I would like to talk about...
Nah, bro. Setting up the play so good to where you hit so big that the bookie bring you $200K at your crib, all cash. That boy was cheating.
United States versus Ernest, the NBA basketball gambling case. The defendants in this case are Eric Ernest, Marvez Farley, Shane Hennon, De Niro Laster, Damon Jones, a former NBA player and coach, and Terry Rozier, a current NBA player. Other co-conspirators were previously charged for their roles in the scheme, including former NBA player Jonte Porter. Between December 2022 and March 2024, these defendants perpetrated a scheme to defraud by betting on inside, non-public information.
In some instances, players altered their performance.
But y'all really think the games ain't being bet on like that for real, though? You know what I'm saying? I know these was cheating. I know they was telling the bookies what's going on. Hey, LeBron ain't playing this day. I'm not playing this day, blah, blah. I get it. But people still betting on the games. Don't they got like betting apps?
Or took themselves
I mean, I
out
know
of
the
games
difference
to
between
make...
what's going on here and the betting app. I get it. It's just content, man. Y'all chill. Chill.
sure that those bets paid out. One example occurred on March 23rd, 2023 in Charlotte. Terry Rozier, an NBA player now with the Miami Heat, but at the time playing for the Hornets, allegedly let others close to him know that he planned to leave the game early with a supposed injury. Using that information, members of the group placed more than $200,000 in wagers on his under statistics. Rozier exited the game after just 9 minutes, and those bets paid out, generating tens of thousands of dollars in profit. The proceeds were later delivered to his home, where the group counted their cash. As the NBA season tips off, his career is already benched, not for injury, but for integrity. As a result of this investigation, 6 defendants, including Rozier, are now facing conspiracy to commit bank and wire fraud. In a second case, Operation Zen Diagram, investigators uncovered a long-running scheme in which members and associates of several well-known organized crime families rigged high-stakes poker games across
families? They was
the
messing with
country.
the mobs? They was messing with the mob? Or the mafia? They said crime families.
These operatives include
Terry Rozier has made $160 million in his career. Terry Rozier was set to make $26 million this year. Terry Rozier made $24 million last year, and $23 million the year before that, and $21 million the year before that, which apparently when he made $21 million with the Hornets, that's when he did this. This cannot be about money, bruh. I refuse to believe that
What do you think it's
this
about,
dude
Flacco?
would risk $100 million for $200,000, because apparently that's how much they brought to him, and they counted and they gave it to him. You are making $20 million. This cannot be about money. I refuse to believe it. What I believe it's about, he did some shady business with the mobster, with the mafia, right, with the Italian mob. Because when you watch the press conference, they said, yo, the mafia was making these dudes do this.
Yeah. See, I told
They
you.
was in bed with the... First off, bro, you make $100 million and you still want to get yourself involved with criminals? Bro, what? You lived with criminals your entire life when you was broken in the hood.
Right.
Why
Just to go back.
would you want to get involved with criminals again when you up $100 million?
Just to go back
You
is
know
crazy.
who I don't want to be around? You know who I don't want to talk to? Criminals if I got $100 million in my pocket. What is wrong with you niggas, man?
3 of the named defendants are charged for their alleged roles in both schemes. This alleged illegal gambling operation hustled unwitting victims out of tens of millions of dollars and created a financial pipeline for La Cosa Nostra to help fund and facilitate their organized criminal activity.
There was 2 indictments announced today. First indictment you just heard about. The NBA players that were leaving games early and gambling, right? Engaging in illegal gambling. Then there was another indictment for illegal poker games, and not just illegal poker games where, y'all just playing in y'all basement. No. Poker games that are high stake, that are illegal with no license, but also they were scamming, cheating, and finessing people out of millions of dollars. And according to the indictment and the documents, Chauncey Billups was one of the people who was engaging in this illegal poker scheme to scam and defraud people out of millions of dollars. But the stupidest part about all of this, bruh, is these dudes weren't even doing it for themselves. These dudes weren't finessing millions of dollars and keeping all the profit. No, because Chauncey Billups is an NBA coach. He makes multi-million dollars each and every year. Chauncey Billups was finessing and scheming millions of dollars on behalf of the mafia, and he was getting a little cut of it. But what they did was they would use the face of Chauncey Billups, and they would say, hey, listen, we the mafia, bro. We the mob, bro. Like, if we tell people, hey, we doing a poker game, they say, yeah, okay, buddy. We not joining that poker game. It's not happening. We not about to come and play, bro. Y'all not credible. But if we say, yo, Chauncey Billups is hosting a poker game, this NBA player is hosting a poker game, that would attract poker professionals. That would attract the pros and novices to come and they want to play poker with Chauncey Billups, and they're willing to bet because you have an aura of legitimacy to you. Chauncey Billups signed up, say, yeah, use my name, I'll be there, I'll do it, and I'll get a cut of it. So you risk losing your multi-million-dollar NBA coaching career.
Everything. You risk losing everything. Not just the money, your reputation. Like, I'm a big fan of Chauncey. I remember, Mr. Big Shot. Like, Chauncey's Chauncey. So it ain't just the money, it's the people, it's your reputation you're losing just so you can get tied up into a little money with. Come on, man. It's crazy. I just don't understand people's thought process. See what I'm saying? Like, I do well with my YouTube, and I also do life coaching as well as advice to be happier. And I do well. You see what I'm saying? And I wouldn't change the payments I get from YouTube or as well as my life coaching for just a big sum of money that's going to ruin my reputation and ruin who I am. No, I'm cool with making the money I make now.
And you made $100 million in your NBA career for a cut of a couple million?
Crazy. Now joining NBA Today, ABC News Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Katersky. Aaron, thank you so much for staying with us here on NBA Today. What more can you tell us about what Chauncey Billups is being accused of?
Yeah, Sinead, Chauncey Billups, according to federal prosecutors, was the lure, the mafia allegedly paying him for his celebrity to attract high rollers to poker tables in the Hamptons, in Las Vegas, in Miami, and right here in Manhattan, so they would gamble, so they would play poker. What those people didn't know was that everyone else at the table was in on the scam because the games were rigged. Chauncey Billups was known as a face card because the mafia allegedly used his face to lure in these unsuspecting victims. The victims themselves were called fish, as the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of New York explained in Brooklyn a short while ago.
Crazy.
The scheme targeted victims known as, quote, fish, who were often lured to participate in these rigged games by the chance to play alongside former professional athletes who were known as, quote, face cards. The so-called face cards included the defendant Chauncey Billups, who at the time of the scheme was a former NBA player and is currently the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, and also Damon Jones, a former NBA player and coach. What the victims, the fish, didn't know is that everybody else at the poker game, from the dealer to the players, including the face cards, were in on the scam.
Dang.
For example, they used off-the-shelf shuffling machines that had been secretly altered in order to read the cards in the deck, predict which player at the table had the best poker hand, and relay that information to an off-site operator.
These rigged poker games have been going on, prosecutors say, since at least 2019, and it involved these altered shuffling decks, X-ray poker tables that could read cards that were face down. There were special glasses and contact lenses that enabled players in on the scam.
Oh, they done got technical on these boys. They done got technical. They got glasses that's reading cards, tables that's reading cards. What?
Victims' cards were, and other technology brought to bear. The victim, Shanae, had no chance at winning these games. They lost millions of dollars. And since the mob was involved, prosecutors say if the victims couldn't or wouldn't pay, that's when violence was used to make sure they did.
It wasn't even good at hiding it. It was only a matter of time for the FBI to get involved. They wasn't even great at convincing the people they were scamming into believing that they wasn't being scammed. Because what would happen is these poker professionals, like the pros, they will go to these games thinking, man, I'm about to clean up, bro. Man, bro, I'm playing against who? Chauncey Billups, this guy and this guy and this guy? Bro, I'm playing against bums and amateurs. Man, I'm about to clean up, bro. Bro, here's $1 million. Let's run it. Let's get it. And they will go and they will lose. And these, like, poker professionals were losing to people who ain't even understand the rules of poker. Like, it was people who didn't even know what, like, Texas Hold'em was. Like, it was that bad. And these poker professionals was exposing Chauncey Billups in his ring like about a year or two ago. People were already hip to this in the poker community. And the fact that they kept on doing it until the FBI finally got involved and get them out of here shows, but hey,
they
man,
literally did it to the last drop. They milked every penny they could out of it until the FBI came in.
Sometimes stupidity, like the only answer for stupidity is punishment, bro.
Not for real.
This must have been like 5 years ago, 2019-ish, I think, 4 years ago, where there was this game. It started in LA and then it came to Vegas for a few days, and it was all built around Chauncey Billups. And I had heard about the game, and the person who told me about it was like, "Look, I know the game runners. I'm telling you 100% this game is on the up and up." And I was like, "Well, I know a lot of the people that are involved, and I'm telling you 100% that it is not on the up and up."
Yeah.
And we kind of went back and forth, and I agreed that like I just wasn't going to go play it, but I had some friends who went and played it both in LA and in Vegas, and it obviously like was for sure confirmed to be cheated. Mm-hmm. Like people who clearly didn't even understand the rules of No Limit Hold'em are just like jamming hundreds of big blinds in with like a gutty. And then just drilling it. Yeah. Only the pros are losing. Like,
how is it figured out? Like, it just.
I can't remember if this was the game where.
No. Over the loudspeaker?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
That was Pierce.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still. I mean, it's not like Chauncey and Pierce don't know each other.
Right.
You know. I feel like it's probably the same crowd overlapping there.
Gotcha.
But maybe not. Either way, it was basically confirmed amongst all of the pros that the game was cheated, but there's just no recourse.
Gotcha.
And they got absolutely filleted.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no recourse in a lot of these situations.
Well, it's tough too whenever you're dealing with somebody like high profile like that, because they carry a lot of weight and hold a lot of power. So all you can do is like kind of unite together and threaten to publicly out him or extort him in some sort of capacity. Yeah. In which case, good luck. Yeah. It's like this guy beat rape charges. You think he cares about you calling him a cheater?
Yeah, I mean, and like from other aspects, like most people that are cheating, they come prepared for a situation when it does happen. So like, you just can't really out them when they're there. You don't want to call it out in public. Like,
what was crazy to me is that that some of the guys that I'm friends with that played the game like kept going back, not fully convinced. Like just like these guys are so bad, man. They're so bad. It's like, yeah, they know what's coming, man.
If it only took the average person a game or two to figure out y'all was scheming, frauding, and scamming, y'all thought y'all was gonna get away with this for how much longer? And the fact that an NBA head coach, the fact that somebody who's making millions of dollars already will put themselves in this position for what, bruh? I don't understand exactly what the upside to this is. Right? Now, Terry Rozier, fortunately, wasn't dumb enough to engage in this, but for Chauncey Billups, bro, what is it? Now, the worst part about this entire scandal, this entire crime ring with Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier was apparently when it came to Terry Rozier and the NBA, the NBA was complicit. The NBA knew Terry Rozier was cheating. They knew that their players were rigging games, but they swept it under the rug.
Absolutely right, Rich. The NBA at some point is going to have to explain why Terry Rozier was allowed to keep playing. And I just want to point something out. Mm-hmm. The sports books caught the irregular betting on Terry Rozier the day it happened, the morning it happened, when all of a sudden there was hundreds of thousands of dollars coming in on Terry Rozier unders for a relatively meaningless game in March, mm-hmm. involving the Charlotte Hornets. The sports books caught it. They told the NBA right away. And guess what? The NBA, Rozier didn't play the rest of the season. And he had faked the injury, so it wasn't because of the injury. The NBA pulled him They pulled Jonte Porter too. They flagged Jonte Porter and pulled Jonte Porter. The NBA's
So the NBA knew what was going on.
Measures, their protection measures, the sportsbooks protection measures triggered this. They caught it. The issue, I think, is Jonte Porter. They caught.
I've never been a gambler. I've never engaged in gambling. I don't do it. I don't like wasting money. I don't like.
I'm not big on gambling either. I've been to Vegas a lot. I go for the shows and the nightlife, really. But as in gambling, I'd rather go to a dance club, a strip club, something like that. If I'm just gonna waste money, I'd rather go throw it on something. If I'm just gonna give it to a machine or give it to a casino that don't need it at all, I'm gonna go have a good time with the money that I'm going to so-called waste. You see what I'm saying? I know gambling, you could possibly win money back, but that possible is low. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just go have a great time with the money I brought.
I don't do it much, but for a lot of you dudes, right, like sports bettors, whatever you call yourselves, man, y'all don't, man, good luck, bro.
For real.
This y'all, I know y'all always have an excuse when y'all lose big. Like, what? Wembanyama didn't get 10 rebounds? What the fuck? He was at 9 rebounds and they took him out. Now y'all know that the NBA is rigging games.
It's rigging games.
And Adam Silver and the NBA is complicit when they know players is rigging
Man,
games.
Adam Silver know what's going on. He part of the rig. Like you just said, if somebody needs 10 off Wemby rebounds and they pull him at 9, that ain't no coincidence. NBA know what's going on. NBA trying to keep they pockets fat too. And I don't know why. They got it all. They got the money. Over $1 billion company, for sure.
All they do is say, hey, man, you made it too obvious, bro. You got to sit out the season. But you could still play the next season. Just sit out this season. Because Terry Rozier was able to go to the Miami Heat and still play the full season. And there's clips from the Miami Heat that look like, this looks like it's kind of rigging games, bro. Right? He's playing just weirdly, bro. Like, he's flopping all over the place, dropping balls. Like all of a sudden forgetting how to handle the ball. Man, listen, man. Yo, the NBA got to get fined. Or arrest Adam Silver, too. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this, man. All right, why do you feel like these NBA players are enticed to engage in illegal gambling when they are up $100 million? Let me know in the comment section what are your thoughts. Also, right, if you enjoyed this video and you want to watch another,
I got you, Flacco. We're gonna let you know. Blow me up. All right, so what I think about the situation is, I think the NBA knew they're gonna have to come out and give some kind of statement. It's crazy that people with millions of dollars get themselves extorted for no reason. And NBA, this season's going too good. Like I said, I just watched the 2 openings, the night before last and last night, and it's been some great basketball. Even though I'm a Lakers fan and Luka dropped 40, but anyway, NBA do better. Don't mess up your season. It's too much good basketball for y'all to be rigging games and doing all this and fucking shit up. See what I'm saying? So y'all watch out on them bet naps. Y'all watch out on everything y'all decide to do with y'all money, because people will take it. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, I appreciate all my familiar thinkers for coming in here, checking out the whole scam, the whole NBA scam with me. I had fun. And until the next reaction, this is Familiar Thoughts. Peace.